I'm so excited. Are we back? Are we back yet? Are we back yet? Oh, I'm jumping the gun. I'm so excited. Is it Christmas yet? Are we there yet?
Getting there.
Here we are. Surprise, everybody. I said I wasn't gonna, do a lot of new interviews this year, but, these are gonna be selected few invitations, special guests of mine that I've just been meeting throughout the last year or so, and that I really want to shine a light on, you know what I mean? So make sure y'all stay tuned because you never know when they're gonna come. They just gonna pop up. But in the meantime, behind the scenes, the reason why I'm not doing a lot of interviews these days is because I'm working on my own documentary and to share my own story. So make sure y'all look out for that this year. Should be done by the end of this year. My story, my documentary, how I got here, and all the ins and outs. You know what I mean? It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be interesting. I'm definitely gonna tap into some places I have not tapped into for a very long time. So it's gonna be fun. But so let's keep it moving. Shout out to all the people who came out here to Vegas for this weekend. It was so cool. It was so amazing. And yeah, let's just get into it. So special guest coming up. Before he comes in, I want to play his welcome reel. Like it's a little bit of teaser about who he is. And then we'll get into his juicy story. Marlon DaSoul, let's go. Roll it.
DaSoul, the DJ violinist. Love it, man. Wow. Yeah.
What's music for me? Music is everything to me. It's what has changed my life all this time. The feeling when you're in a DJ booth and you got everyone dancing. The songs that you're playing with the emotions that you're sharing. That is very special. It's like a roller coaster. The fact that I'm able to integrate the violin sounds into my DJ mixes, that's definitely a plus. Brings the DJ sets to another level. Managing the energy.
Man, I want to see that movie. That is an amazing intro, yo. What is up, Marlon?
Oh, what's up?
How are you feeling?
I'm doing good. How about you?
You had like a big weekend. Talk about NFL having a big weekend.
Oh, NFL was crazy.
How was it?
Thursday, I was Dre's after hours. Shout out to people from Blueprint Sound. And great weekend, great energy. People come from outside of town. It was great. Can't complain.
Man, so I was at Blue Martini, and I know the DJs there, and I was out there rocking. I don't know why I decided to go that night. I was just out rocking, and this guy came up, set up his DJ stuff, and then pulled out a violin. And I'm like, okay, this is different. I'm like, usually you see a DJ accompanied with, right, another person or somebody, a saxophone or some type of instrument. But it's very rare you see the DJ and the violinist be the same person. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to give him a chance. Let's see what he can do, right? He did his thing, hitting the violin, but then this guy could really DJ too, okay? Like he was in there mixing and scratching. He wasn't letting the song go for a while and no. He was doing his thing. So I had to be like, yo, who are you? Where'd you come from? And where can I find you? So I'm so happy that you're here. I'm so happy that we get to tell your story because you're like a little unicorn out there. You know what I mean? Especially out here in Vegas. How did you get into this? Tell us, where did you come from?
It was crazy because I started playing classical music, going to school playing the violin since I was 6.
Wow.
And but at one point I realized I was like, you know what? The thing is, I love this. I love playing classical music, and I love that culture too. But I was like, you know what? I'm playing music from people who's already dead. And I always been very creative, try to innovate, do different things. And I was like, why not play music that it's he's playing on the radio, he's playing in the
Right.
clubs, and he's playing. So I stopped doing it. I stopped playing the violin because it didn't motivate me anymore. It was something that just got me out. And so I started promoting for a club back in Spain, because I was born in Cuba, but I grew up in Spain. It's one of the islands called Mallorca. And I grew up there. And then I started promoting for the club, and then suddenly I start also like DJing at the club too, and that's where I learned how to DJ there. And at that point, like, the violin was gone,
Right.
like I was
You didn't
like,
even think about it.
yeah, it was gone.
It was
it was
getting
gone.
dusty on the wall.
Yeah, it was gone. And then I was like, oh wow. But so long story short, I end up one night, I was like, you know what? I miss playing. I miss that feeling of performing the instrument that I learned for so many years. And I was like, hey, yo, why do I don't bring it here and experiment with it while I'm DJing too? And it was like, yo, okay, let's do it. So one day, we got a couple of friends, and like after the club we closed and everything, I had the chance to stay there. And I just connected it to the mixer, and it was an electric violin at that point.
Right.
And as soon as I put a little bit of reverb on it and a little bit of like echo, not too much, just a little bit. And as soon as that sounded, I
Fell back in love.
I felt something. I felt something. I was like, yo, this like works. If I can blend my ability to like understand a crowd, manage the room, getting different vibes with like what I was doing, blending with what I already had before, it was like, this could be cool. So I started doing it, and then it just ended up being something great, like people reactions to it, and it's something like you said, unicorn, kind of. You're right.
Yeah,
You're
definitely.
Yeah.
So how did you make it to Vegas? When did you make it to Vegas?
I moved here with the dream, I moved here for the dream. What do they call it? Like the American dream, you know what I mean? I came here, I remember it was funny because I came here with like $500 and a bag full of dreams, like I was very hungry.
that.
I am very hungry still to this day, but like at that point I was extremely like hungry. I was starving.
And what year was this?
We're talking about 2016.
Okay.
Yeah, 2016. And then I arrived here. I had to start from scratch again, because like when you move to a new country like that, so far away too, right?
Yeah.
Different language, different culture, everything. It's like, of course, you have to adapt and understand the culture and like bring your thing, right? Like, so it was a challenge. It was definitely a challenge at the beginning. I was busking at the streets, literally, like at the strip. I remember there's a bridge that goes from, I don't know if you probably know, right? Like the one going from Marquee, from Cosmo to Planet Hollywood.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there was a bridge right there, and I would just bring my violin there, like to survive at first. That was like the first 3 months, and then after that it's just I start getting out of there. I would reinvest everything and to try to promote myself, to try to get out of there too, like to try to what I know, to try to like market it better, so casinos can understand, or like venues can understand what I really do, right? And yeah, that was
So what was your first big gig?
Wow, first big gig. Can't remember at this point. Because it was very slow. Like it was very, I always like doing short steps, very short, right? Like versus sometimes people come and say a lot of hype for an event, like back in the day, right? When I was studying. And some people are going serious with something, some people not sometimes, so I always like doing like very short steps, but very sure.
Right.
When I feel confident, but if I have to say, I started at the Cromwell. There was a lounge, I remember. It was New Year's Eve 2016. Yeah, that was New Year's Eve 2016. That I can say that's the gig. That's not like the biggest, but that's the gig that actually I think
took you to a different level.
Yeah, it took me to a different level because like they just tried me there.
Right.
Like I was in a smaller bar before. And then they just tried me there for New Year's Eve, right? That was like a new thing. Okay, let's try New Year's Eve because at the small bar, people were getting crazy already. People were getting very excited, you know, like so, yo, like why wouldn't I bring it? And that's the lounge that people are waiting in line for Dre's.
Right, gotcha.
You know, that's that bar. Like it used to be a live DJ there, right?
Yeah.
So I started there, and then it just got to a point where people would not get into the race.
They were chilling with you instead.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to like steal business from there.
Well, you're there now, so you can talk about it.
yeah, but like
it all came full circle.
Yeah,
they had no choice but to take you in at that point. They're like, well, if you're gonna take the crowd, let's put you in here, right?
Yeah, it's nice.
Man, well, what a great journey. To you, what was, I just want to go back just a little bit, just because I'd be so curious about this. To you, what is the American dream?
Wow, that's a great question. I never thought about it like that. Like for the dream, I had my dreams.
Right.
But I would say the difference, what I can tell you is like the difference that I see here in the States that I didn't have what I was in Mallorca, right? So I feel like here it's just limitless where you can go. That's just my point of view, right? Like it's just limitless the way like there is deep culture in many areas. So if you do have a dream, if you want to be a DJ, if you want to be an actor, if you want to be whatever you want to be, I feel like there is an industry for it. Right.
Gotcha.
So that's what I realized, like, because there are things there in Spain and America that are great too, you know, like, but I feel like here for what I wanted to do, I was like Vegas, like
no doubt.
Yeah, right. Like if you're a DJ and you want to have a scenario, if you say Vegas, it's like that's a dream, right? Like, that's like if you're an actor, you want to go to Hollywood, right?
Exactly.
And it's just I'm thankful to this city. I'm thankful to the people who have supported me along the way. I mean, not that I'm like in the peak or something. This is a work in progress every single day for me, and I just enjoy doing what I do. You know, like I have pleasure making people having fun and going to different venues and adapting to different venues. Like you, for example, you can have a venue where there's a hip hop vibe, right?
Right.
Like Dre's, for example, right? Like Dre's After Hours. Or you can have a venue where it's an EDM vibe, right? And then one of my favorite things is to adapt a little bit to the venue. You know what I mean? Adapt to not the venue. I mean, if you
the people,
yeah, right,
yeah,
like
the vibe,
right, exactly. But sometimes you have to work with the venue to see what is the goal, right? Sometimes like because Vegas is a place like there's so many places. Sometimes what makes special a place is that they have certain thing in a certain way, right? I guess. So yeah, this is it's a blessing. I love that. I love that, and I just enjoy doing it. That's why I think sometimes people, they are just feeling what I'm feeling.
Right.
That's it.
Exactly.
You know,
you're just having a good time.
they're just feeling what I'm feeling, and I feel blessed to be able to do that for a living. Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, just like misery loves company, so does happiness. You know, sometimes you see people happy, and you're like, man, I just get happy around these people because they're always happy. You know what I mean? So when you're up there and you're having a good time, people are like, I want to have a good time. They're having a good time, you know?
Yeah.
So it's definitely infectious. What is your favorite gig that you've done so far where you were just like, man, that was amazing?
It was a place Souk.
Where at?
At Souk.
At Souk.
Souk
Oh, okay.
nightclub.
I haven't been in there yet.
Souk nightclub.
What'd you do?
It's an amazing venue. Like,
yeah.
Like
full production in there too, huh?
Amazing. It's,
I want to see that video.
it's amazing. Like it's like I work with the guys from Souk Group and at Resource World too. I'm resident there at the moment, And but I have to say, like, when you get to Souk, when you get inside and you see those lights and you see the I mean, I love every club in Vegas, you know.
Yeah.
Like, it's not.
He's not picking favorites. He's just
Yeah,
saying.
I don't have a favorite. Yeah, but it's lit. It's lit.
It's lit.
But they all lit.
Yeah.
They're lit. They're lit. No, about Vegas.
So when you're putting your sets together, do you just go with the vibe and you just like have like, you know, when you decide to play, like, oh, this is my jam, I'm gonna play, or do you try to practice sets before you go on?
It depends.
Mm-hmm.
If I have a longer set, where you build the night and then you also like pick the night and then you
Right.
close also, I will freestyle a little bit more.
Okay.
I'll freestyle a little bit more. I mean, it's always kind of like a freestyle, because what I'm doing is when I feel some songs the instrument can add and some catchy parts, and if there's a build up, I would also create the build up also with the instrument.
Oh, nice.
You know, like that's always like instinct. That just comes, like, you feel it, you know, instant. But if it's a shorter set, higher energies, like a super high energy set, like very short. For example, like if it's a headliner set,
Right.
I'll prepare a little bit more.
Okay.
Not like, for example, like not in the order of the songs. Like, I don't know exactly what's gonna be the order, but I have a smaller. I will probably have a smaller, let's say, playlist where I know, okay,
You just go off.
I want to go in this direction, and I would rehearse that more. Yeah, but I love freestyling.
Yeah, I feel like that's the best too. A lot of people always ask me, like, do you have preset lists? I'm like, no, I just have a bunch of music and I just, you know, just go off, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's what I'm feeling. Sometimes it's what the people are feeling. Sometimes I'll just try some shit just to see if it works. I'm like, I'm curious to see if Sweet Caroline works. Ready, go. And then everybody starts bursting out singing. You're like, well, that's what they like, you know? Let's go there.
It's definitely, to me, I'm addicted to the feeling of making people having a great time.
Yeah. And I feel like music is so diverse. You just never know by looking out in the crowd what's going to work. You kind of have to like start it and then just see where it rolls, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Also, I think what you're doing is a little bit. You're also sharing your taste.
That's true,
right? Like you're sharing your taste, and you're sharing the way you see music, and of course that's why they are. For example, like, in my opinion, that's why they are music directors, right?
Right.
So they would taste the person who is sharing the taste, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah. Like their style, everybody has a unique style.
Yeah.
Like their sound.
Yeah, exactly.
Their stroke, like an artist. So in your times here, you've been here almost 8 years now, right?
Yeah.
Almost 8 years. What did you think was like the most struggling thing that you had to get through? Like the most challenging thing that was just like, if I get through this, I can really break through.
Getting on the casinos. Definitely. Cause these are huge companies, and the way they operate, it's different. I think. I think sometimes what happens is that because it's such a big company, maybe at times it can lack some sense of some clear direction, right? I don't know if how to explain that. It's like maybe when, for example, when you have a smaller business, right, you can talk with the owner right away, right? Actions can be done in a second. But of course, being a huge company, being huge corporations, right, is different, because like anything maybe needs a procedure, or it needs to be wait for this or wait for that, and the way they pick talent also for their goals, right? Like these are so definitely how to make them, because they find you. In my opinion, like they find you.
Yeah.
Right. Like they definitely find you. So the harder thing was how to be sexy to them. How to call attention in a way, or get yourself out there in a way that they would consider you talent for their goals. That was definitely the hardest to figure out, kind of.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And I that's cool you say that, because a lot of people always ask me, like, how do you get into these agencies? How do you get into can you like put me in on? I'm like, I can give you an email, but at the end of the day, it's completely up to them. You know what I mean?
They pick you. They just pick you.
Yeah, these agencies, you just have to get on the radar, make enough noise where they're like, hey, we need them on our team. You know what I mean? And really, that's how you get into it.
Yeah,
I'm like, just
definitely.
make a lot of noise.
You can be like, I think even if you know the right person, you can be emailing them once a month about what you want or what you would like to do, or what you can deliver, right? At the end of the day, they're gonna pick you. They're gonna pick you. Yeah.
Definitely. So what's some advice you would give some up and coming DJ and violinist, because you got both worlds in your pocket, to really get out there and get attention? What kind of advice would you give them? What kind of noise do they need to make?
Get serious about it. I would say get serious about it. Work on your craft. Work on your craft. Get serious about it. Just enjoy. Try to enjoy the process. Try to enjoy the getting there. Like you're gonna have moments where nothing works out. You're gonna have moments where that door you thought was gonna open didn't open, or you're gonna have moments where you feel unappreciated at times. Like if you feel doing a lot, or you feel you can have moments when you feel like that. And that's part of the process. That's part of the heart. So at the end of the day, I think is if you enjoy it, none of that can affect you,
right?
Because you're having a good time, or at least you're trying to have a good time. So yeah, definitely that. And then on top of that, of course, try to find a way to how can you be different? How can you what else can you bring to the table that is not there? I think that's the same works with like music labels, right? Like probably like music right now nowadays. I think, like, for example, you can rap great, or you can produce great beats, or you can create great EDM tracks, right? But what makes you different? What different do you bring to the conversation that some people can be okay, oh wait, I haven't seen that before, or I think that also is definitely something now.
Well, that's definitely something you did, because you caught my attention. I was like, violinist and DJ?
Yeah.
And when I say DJ, I say, you could actually DJ. I was like, I came up to you, I was like, yo, you was cutting up up there. You wasn't just playing
that's something that I've been not like struggling, but like fighting to sometimes. Because from the moment that people know you play the violin, is that, the violinist. Right. I mean, that to this day is still it's my constant thing, because like people don't understand sometimes, or you would have to explain a little bit to really understand, or unless they see it live,
right?
Or maybe in a video, like a DJ set, but yeah. So one of the things that I've had to work a lot is and just put as attention is the fact that I DJ.
Right.
Like I DJ. Sometimes in certain gigs, it depends. I like to have moments where I don't even play the violin.
Right.
Because I like to prove it.
Yeah.
I like to prove it. I can.
And we watching.
Yeah.
Real DJs out there. We watching.
Exactly.
People use the term DJ very loosely these days.
Exactly. That's right.
So when you call yourself a DJ / violinist, we don't know shit about the violin, but we watching the DJ.
Exactly. That's right.
Well, you definitely know how to DJ. I'll stamp you on that, because I was listening and I was like, okay, he's doing it. And on top of that, you're a great violinist and just sounds so clean together. You know what I mean? You do it very well. So speaking of, doing things different and making noise, you decided to put out your own video. Is this you producing your own track, the Hot song?
Yeah. That track I like that was in COVID. When COVID hit, like we were stuck in house and I just got very like inspired by what was going on and you have so much peace because you have to stay in the house and I mean not everyone but
right. You said I had so much peace.
yeah. Like, I mean I had a lot of peace. Yeah, I'm thankful. And
some people want the negative and some people it helped.
That's right. I agree there.
But either way, it was life changing and a good realization for people.
There's definitely a before and after. Definitely in everything.
Definitely.
I feel like we were all like reborn or something.
I feel it.
Yeah, right.
So you decided to make a song?
Yeah, so I decided to make that track, pull up the machine and Logic outside and just experimenting with different sounds.
So you made your own beat?
Yeah, I made the beat myself.
Look
Yeah,
at
I made
you,
the beat
producer
myself.
slash DJ slash violinist.
That beat, I made it with my bro from France, Mauro Drums. Yeah, shout out to Mauro. Yeah, he's in France. Like that beat we did it like kind of 50-50, that one. But there's other ones that I did myself too, and he's great, by the way. Go check him out. Mauro Drums. He's lit. He's lit because he's a drummer. So
okay.
He has that. He has a slap on like the way he uses the heat has and the snares and all that. So yeah, and then we're experimenting with the track, and then we mix it, and like I like how this sounds. This sounds like, I don't know. I just like that energy that the track was giving, and then we just went with it.
I was definitely listening to it in the shower, and I was like, okay, I'm about to spit some bars. Let's go. Like, I'm like, this is one of them tracks I just like, you can hear as if there was a voice in there. You know what I mean? And that's amazing. That's one thing I love about strings is that or even like the saxophone too, certain instruments just really speak by themselves. You know what I mean?
Like vocals.
Exactly, like vocals. So let's get into this. Marlon DaSoul, hot. This shit's hot. Come on, let's go. That shit's hot, man. I liked it. I liked it a lot. That shit's definitely groovy. And it's got like some hip hop. It's got some vocals. It's a lot. Is that something you want to start doing more of, like becoming an artist in that form?
Yeah.
Because right now it's kind of like you're like a performer.
Yeah.
Right?
That's right.
But being like a artist.
No, like to the producer side, definitely. It's something that I'm looking to work on at the moment, and also not only these songs. Like for example, this song was more like a hip hop vibe. I would love to get into EDM too. Why not?
Especially you be doing them little drops, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
EDM drops.
EDM drop, exactly.
That would be dope.
Because like I think it helps when you have experience with the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
And you have like, for example, like when you know what people react to, and when you know certain tracks, certain patterns that they use. So, because like many times these are tracks that you've heard many times already, right? And like you know exactly what part, like if you have a cue point, what part you slash in, and the way you mix it, the way you blend it. I think it's very connected. Like DJing with producing, it's very connected. So why not to produce more, like original music and work with different artists and bring voices in? Why not? Definitely that's something I'm looking forward to.
I love that too, because as an artist, I would love to work with live instruments. You know what I mean? So go and put me on the list. We gonna collab soon. I'm ready. I'm already writing my shit in my head. You feel me? We doing it. That's it.
Ready.
Collabs coming soon with the violinist.
We're waiting.
All right. So you wanted to talk a little bit about mental health in being a performer. Is this like from a difference between Spain and America, where that mental kind of tugs on you more? And then what about the mental side of things that you wanted to shine on?
No, I mean, it's not different.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the same. I think to me, in my opinion, it has to do more with like you just gotta take care of yourself, because what happens is many times you're playing like late night sets, right? Or you are, for example, I've been doing nightlives, right? Like before I moved here, since I was 18. Because back in, for example, in Europe, 18 you are like older,
right.
Like here is 21, right? Like there is 18.
You're an adult.
Right? So with 18 you can already go to like all the clubs, or like 95% of them, so I've been in the night for a long time, right? So I felt like I had to take care of myself. Like you have to take care of yourself to make sure you also have energy for the night, to make sure you can last in that world, in that world, in that lifestyle, because you are performing in places where people are having fun, but in the same time you're performing, you're working, like that's your job. People tend to confuse that sometimes, like definitely, oh no, because you DJ, you turn out all the time, and you well, sometimes but it depends though, like it's a job like any other, like you and then if you want to do that job in, like this is what I believe, right? Like if you want to do that job for a long time and last and don't lose your health on the way, right? Or don't lose your stay fresh on the way. You gotta take care of yourself while doing it. Like for example, how much do you drink, or how good do you sleep, or how good do you eat before the sets or after the sets, or all that.
That's so true, because I'd be so hungry like during my sets, especially if it's a 4-hour set. If it's a 3-hour set, I'm getting hungry. I wish sometimes I wish I could eat some snacks. Sometimes I'll sneak some places I'll be like, okay, they're cool here, I could sneak a bag of chips or something, you know what I mean? I get hungry.
Oh yeah, sometimes you get hungry. And after, oh my god,
you gotta find healthy food at 2 a.m. 4 a.m. You at Dre's, you can off at 5 a.m.
There's not many spots, there's not many great food you can find at that time. I mean, it depends what you eat too. It depends what you
That's
what
true.
You eat, what you like. I just feel like, to me, it helps me with performance. It's like your gasoline, the gasoline that you use. To me, it really makes an impact to me. to me.
Definitely.
Personally, yeah,
We've
yeah.
talked about this about with other DJs as well, just like personal things that go on, learning how to compartmentalize feelings and emotions that you go through in everyday life and then having to go on stage with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That takes a toll on people because you have to pick a time to have those emotions to go through that when you're not at work, when you're not in front of thousands of people.
Absolutely, that's crazy. You can have a horrible day and you have to turn out the room.
Turn up, act like nothing bothers you.
Yeah.
Like you have no life.
Turn out the room, exactly. Or you can have a breakup or anything could be, like something. Yeah. This is something that is definitely a challenge a little bit, right? Like this is, you're serving, right? Like
Exactly.
you're serving. But I imagine like bigger guys, like if you're talking about, for example, I imagine bigger guys, I don't know, like Diplo or
Yeah.
Cascade or guys like that. How would they do it? Because like I would love to see that. And
I feel like guys kind of know how to control their emotions a little bit more. You know what I mean?
maybe
They're a little bit more
yeah.
like, oh, fuck it, I'll do it later. You know what I mean? Women were like, no, we want to do it now. You know what I mean? It's a little harder sometimes. That's why I think it's a little harder for women. Some guys be like, fuck it, I'll just do it later. I'm like,
yeah.
that's hard,
Yeah.
deal with the emotions.
I mean, I don't complain because like if you have a bad day, maybe it's gonna help you a little bit to see people
Exactly.
having fun.
Oh yeah, that's definitely been me too. Sometimes I've had those days where I'm just like, fuck everything, and then I go to work and I just have such a great time, and I'm like, dang,
yeah.
I can't even be
It's
mad
amazing.
anymore.
It's amazing. It's definitely a blessing to do that. Like to be in places that people are mostly having fun, and I think that's a blessing.
And what does your family think about what you do out here?
They love it. They love
like, you're a superstar.
Yeah. Nah.
You're in some pretty big places.
Yeah, I can't complain. Like we work hard for that, and mostly like develop also relationships and trust. I think trust too, because what happens, I think, when you repeat venues and let's say they try you one time and then you get booked again and again and sometimes turns into a regular thing. I think what they maybe, I don't know if I imagine what they would imagine is like they would trust you.
Yeah.
They would trust you with how you're gonna manage the room. They would trust you with how you're gonna handle the night or how you're gonna like deliver. That's definitely something.
Yeah, that's definitely a struggle too, because you never know what you're gonna get.
Exactly.
I've had some places where it's like all real country hick people, and I'm like,
oh yeah.
what are we playing today?
Oof.
What's your favorite genre to play?
Oh no, it's hard because the way I see music is, how do I say it? Every genre. So when I see a genre, I don't only see a genre. I also see a culture.
Right.
And I didn't know this before, but like lately, that the last 2-3 years, I've been like meditating on that, and because I've been in some environments where it's let's say one X genre, right, and then you feel it so authentic, and you feel it so people are loving it so much, and people are so connected to it. And maybe the later on, or maybe you can play it in another venue where it's a different genre, right? And it's like, it's different, but in the same time, they can also be connected in a great way too.
Yeah.
So that opened a little bit my eyes, and also I just love good music.
Right.
I love good songs, and I love I just love great music. I feel like too a good song is a good song. It's always gonna be.
What's one of your favorite songs?
Whoa, wow.
What's like a hype song that when you hear you're just like, yeah, that's my song.
Like, you mean from like right now?
From whatever, from wherever, whenever. What's like a song that's your go-to?
Whoa. I mean, something Drake.
Drake? Yeah, you're a Drake fan?
Yeah, I think mostly for the impact sometimes that has
Right.
some tracks on the. I think what happened, the impact that has, in a way that some tracks that in a way that everybody can be happy with it.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, it's like universal.
Right. Like
Yeah.
you can play any song or not any song, like a song from Drake that is gonna be like, okay, people who are more into like deeper stuff, okay, they're gonna, maybe it's not their favorite artist or something, but they still know it. They still know it, and they're gonna bounce out a little bit.
Yeah.
if you blend it good, of course.
Blend. It's all about the blends.
Yeah, and then you're also gonna get maybe some people like, Two Short Sleeps in top 40 too.
Right.
So I would say it's like versatile, like a way. But yeah, that's. But my favorite song is probably not gonna be like a party song right now. Like something that I would listen, like when I get home or back in the car, I'll be listening to like really weird stuff.
Yeah, like what? Because that was gonna be one of my questions.
Like really weird stuff.
What's weird in your playlist that people wouldn't expect for you to listen
like
to?
Like really, really weird stuff. Or, like I'm talking about different languages that I don't even know. I'm talking about.
You don't even know what they're saying. It's just
like
vibe.
Anything from Asia to Africa to whatever, like. There was this African song. Artist is like, her name is like Layori. Her song is Dada. Like nobody knows the song. This is like a song I like random from like 10 years ago.
You're like their only listener.
Probably. No. Like she's probably big there or in that
there.
time. I don't even know.
you don't know nothing. You're like, I just like the song.
I have no idea. Like not even what country exactly is.
So your ear is more for the music and not necessarily for the words.
The words too, because the words can also have a strong impact in but probably more to the size of the vibe.
Okay.
Probably more, maybe more, yeah. Because I play an instrument, right? So like as an instrument, there is no lyrics, right? Like when you're playing the violin, you can talk. Like I can talk, but I cannot say words exactly like words the way we speak,
Right.
So yeah, that's why.
That's funny. All right, so before we go into this next video, it's a clip of you getting your name on the board, the name and lights at a Zillow. So this is like when a Zillow first opened?
Yeah.
Okay,
that's
so
right,
this is at Sahara, a Zillow's first opening, and we're gonna show a quick clip of him just enjoying his face on the board. Let's go.
Asilo with Marlon. What? Oh my God!
So who's that in the background?
My ex. That was my ex.
That's your ex. Oh,
Yeah.
she was so happy though.
Yeah.
How did you feel in that moment? Was that the first time you got to see yourself like on a
billboard?
On a billboard like that?
Yeah. I mean, you have to think that it's just mind blowing, because imagine you go from busking at the street, for tips, literally, like that's what it was, and seeing those billboards all the time. I remember walking, with the speaker, like sometimes the yellow guys, like the police from like kind of from the street that they wearing yellow. They sometimes they kick me out. They would find me, like because I would make the bridge too full sometimes.
Nice.
And that turned into a bad thing,
right?
Because I would block the paths, right? Like that's not. So
you're the reason why we can't stand on a bridge now. Thanks, Marlon.
No. That's from 101. No.
Thanks, Guy.
No,
God.
that wasn't me.
Sounds like you.
That wasn't me. Yeah. And what was I saying? I forgot.
About being how you felt seeing your picture on there.
Oh yeah.
Started from the bottom. Now we're here.
Exactly. And I was like, I would look at this huge, because huge screens, right? Like now we used to, like, we see them all the time, but like the first time you see them, you're like, yo,
yeah,
that's a really big screen. And then seeing you in one of these, in like, what was it, like that was 5 years? In 5 years. I have to move to a new country, and that's what you visualize, like when you had in your mind when I arrived here with $500 literally, and struggling at the beginning, like it feels amazing. It was amazing.
Well, congratulations, man. Congratulations to your journey, and coming from somewhere that you don't even know nothing about America. Okay, I got a quick question. I guess you spent most of your time in Spain, right?
Yeah. I moved I moved to Spain when I was 13.
Okay, so most of your adulthood. All right. So, women from Spain or American women?
Oh. Oh, well, no, I can't say no. Oh, women are beautiful. No. Women are beautiful. It's different. It's different. But no, I can't get into that. Don't do that to me. I can't get into that.
Okay, what's the biggest difference between Spanish women and American women? We'll say that then. You're like, I just want them all. They're all beautiful in their own way.
I would say, let me think. That's a great question. Maybe, I feel like maybe in Spain, woman can be more like, how to say, like independent. No, wait. I mean, woman can be independent here too, of course. But I feel like there is more established that the woman is independent, even in a relationship.
Interesting.
It's kind of like maybe like a cultural little bit thing.
Mm-hmm.
But also everyone is different too.
Yeah.
It's tough to like generalize so much that way. And then here I feel like it's just slightly different in that aspect.
Interesting.
Yeah. There is like woman can be very in a relationship, they can be very already like, okay, I do it. Or or I don't know, like for example, like some things like for example, you see how here it's like, let's say you have a date or something, like it's kind of like normal that the guy is paying the bill, right? Like you get in the gear out, you're paying the bill, right? Obviously. Right. There, for example, it's not so
interesting.
It's not so, let's say, like, okay, it's like this.
Yeah.
You can be in a situation there where you just get the situation where, like, you know what? No, let's split it. And the split it is not like here.
Right.
It's not that. Because I know how girlfriends like about splitting it.
The split here is different.
Yeah. So it's like.
So here it's like you get the check, I'll get the tip.
Yeah. Sometimes, exactly.
There it's like an even 50-50.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like there is like, if the woman split it, she would actually be proud of it.
Right.
I think maybe that's the point.
Interesting.
Yeah, like she will feel happy doing it. Like it's not even like maybe a topic, but of course, like it's not about probably the bill. It's more about the action and what it represents, and of course that's the thing.
That's an interesting difference.
That's slightly different. It's slightly a little bit. Yeah. That's something I realized.
I'm moving.
Right? Look, I'm Spanish, so I'm more like, well, shit, let me go back to my roots. Shit, because maybe America isn't for me. These guys are crazy. They don't appreciate that. You know what I mean? And I feel, to me, it's the opposite. I feel like in my experience with men, Hispanic men appreciate that more rather than American guys. You know what I mean? They're like, well, why? Do I owe you now? Or what do you mean? So you know what I mean? It's too many questions. You know what I mean? So maybe it goes both ways. Come on, let's go. You want to go half on a house in Spain?
So if
I'm down.
I'll be down for that.
If you want to save some money, there's some girls in Spain.
Look, his tip. His tip. Hey guys. You guys want to save some money? If you want a real independent woman, go to Spain. Hey, well, you know what? Thanks for bringing some Spain to America. You know what I mean? Because I feel like Vegas is not really a place. This is just my own personal experience and my own personal opinion. You guys are open to your own. I personally feel like Vegas is such a melting pot that there is not a real culture here. Like there's not a specific kind of culture. Just the entertainment industry is the culture here. You know what I mean? So for you to come to America with a dream and then go all the way to be able to see your name in lights and on a billboard. Big ups to you and big congratulations.
Yeah.
So,
Thanks
I
to
mean,
that,
I don't
thanks
know
to
you
that.
very well, but I'm proud to see it and I love it. And just keep doing what you're doing. And what's next? What's the goal?
Just keep working and keep doing the same thing. You know, like I don't feel like I have I don't like to look back. You know, I don't too much. Like I'm proud of it, but I don't like to brag about some things like that, because I feel like that can weak you a little bit, or you can be like, okay, I did this already, or you can be like, no, because I like to I just love doing it, and I love sharing it with more people every time. Looking forward to be more, also to find more like the venues also that like bigger venues, you know, also that you can also be there more, and you can be important for their for the goals. That it just feels good, and definitely just keep working and keep trying to have a good time, keep trying to make people have a good time, and yeah.
Well, man, congratulations to you, and I'm sure you'll keep going as far as the sky can take you. You know what I mean? I mean, you have such a great attitude. You're such a great person. You have such a great mindset about it, and that's just going to take you so far. So
Thank you.
Congratulations. Keep shining, son. So real quick before we leave, I got one question to ask you just because I want to get a little more personal, right? What's the one item you can't live without?
One item I can live without. One item I can live without. Volley.
You lived without it for a while.
Yeah, yes, true. But not anymore.
Not anymore. It's you.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do it again.
No?
I wouldn't be able to do it again.
So you're stuck on an island, one item, violin, getting you through.
Yeah, definitely. If I can be on an island and like, because you can just jam and yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Nice. Well,
and headphones too.
And headphones.
Okay,
I mean, just vibe out loud, you know?
Yeah,
Just vibe out loud.
awesome. No, I mean headphones to like, you know, listen to also other music and play on top of music.
Oh,
while I'm in the
right.
island.
Okay,
Like,
well, we'll put that as a package still. That's
Yeah,
in your
bonus.
care package. All right, so what's one thing you want the world to know about Marlon DaSoul?
So if you want to find me any of sets, I'm at Resource World every Saturday. We're doing Fuhu brunch at Resource World. It's a great venue. It's like a high energy restaurant, and it's actually like if you like Asian food with a touch of like, you know, like it's a great place. Also, like if you want to like, you know, enjoying your table at that and dancing in your table and have fun when you are brunch. It's a great place. And also Saturday night there's one venue, it's called Jalisco Underground. Also Resource World, like I'm there usually every Saturday, and there I perform more slightly a little bit more like blended there. Yeah, it's blended there.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's why I'm Saturdays night.
Nice. So
brunch
taking
night.
over Resource World Saturdays, anytime Saturday, go see him. You in there.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Well, thank you so much, Marlon. So nice to meet you. Keep doing your thing. I'm glad we did this. I hope you can inspire more people out there, violinists, DJs, whatever you're doing. Put some work into it. Be seen and just shine, and things will just naturally come to you. You know, you'll just be naturally blessed like Marlon. So much more blessings coming to you. And thank you guys so much for tuning in on our first one of 2024 on That Part Talk Show YouTube Live. Shout out to Gorilla Cross. And we will see y'all when we see y'all. Peace.